Live out the wealth of your dreams. People are not poor because they don't have money. People are poor because they haven't yet realized the wealth of their dreams. I want to share something with you today about the life of Joseph. Now, if you realize the life of Joseph, I mean, you know how, he went through the journey of becoming the prime minister of Egypt. But I want you to look at Joseph's beginning. God simply gave Joseph a dream. God did not give Joseph money. He gave Joseph a dream. And in the dream that God gave to Joseph, because a dream that is truly from God will never enslave you. In the dream that God gave him, Joseph saw himself as a ruler. So that's the first point I want to make, is that when a dream really comes from God, that dream, in the reality of that dream, will be you being a ruler. God has no intention to enslave us as his children. That's why when he gives us dreams, the dreams make us rulers, or the dreams, the end of the dream, we are at the top. Because even from the beginning, you will realize that it was never God's intention for people to be slaves. Because when you read the Bible in the book of Genesis chapter 1, he gave men and women authority, or rather he gave Adam and Eve authority to rule over the earth. He never gave them authority to rule over each other. So our dreams don't make us rule over people, but our dreams make us rulers over things. That's point number one. Now let's go to point number two. Now I want you to realize something about dreams. Number two is that his dream got him out of his comfort zone. I mean, Joseph was all right with the life that he was living. He was okay. He was wearing a garment of many colors. I mean, he was his father's favorite son. He was okay with that. But because of that dream, he had to get out of where he was. He was all of a sudden uncomfortable. I would like to believe that he was all of a sudden uncomfortable where he was, because of the dream showed him as a ruler. It showed him more than he was his father's son. It showed him a bigger picture of himself. So that's what your dream does. Your dream will get you out of your comfort zone, because your dream requires your effort. Your dream cannot become a reality until you give it your effort. Okay, now let's go to number three. Not everyone around you will agree with you concerning your dream. Remember, Joseph's brothers didn't agree with him. They were not 100% agreeing with him and with his dream, because Joseph told them that I saw myself as the ruler in the dream, and his brothers were not 100% agreeing with him. They were not agreeing with that, So I want to tell you that even when people don't agree with you, you have no reason to doubt what God has said to you. So whether people agree with you or not, you have to keep running with the word that God has given to you. So just because people don't agree, that doesn't mean that you should doubt what God has said to you. Even if they don't agree, it's okay. Keep running, they will understand later. So never neglect your dream because those closest to you disagree with you. Now let's go to number 4. My point is, number 4 is, as long as you dream, or rather, as long as you are alive, your dream is alive. The reality of your dream depends on you being alive. Now I want you to realize something. They took Joseph and threw him in a pit. You know what his brothers did? They took him and threw him in the pit. And actually they also, before they threw him in the pit, they tore his garment of many colors. Now I want to tell you something. His brothers might have torn his coat of many colors, but they could not tear the brightness of his dream. Though they took away his garment, but Joseph still remained with his dream even when he was in the pit. So it doesn't matter what people take away from you. As long as you still have the brightness of your dream, whether they put you in a pit or in a dungeon, because of the brightness of your dream, you'll still live a very bright and colorful life. Even if they've taken your coat of many colors, you still have the brightness of your dreams. So keep going, even if people discourage you, even if people say things that are very hurtful towards you, or even if people just do things that you didn't expect them to do, just keep running with your dream. Don't let them dim the light of your dream. Now let's go to number 5. I like number 5 because number 5 says, you cannot enslave a man that has a dream. Joseph was sold into slavery, and he became a slave, he was sold into slavery to serve in Potiphar's house. But because of his excellency, Joseph ended up becoming, Lord over Potiphar's property. He was so excellent in his work that he ended up becoming a ruler. That's why I say you cannot enslave a man that has a dream, because in his dream he sees himself ruling. So your dreams will make you a ruler, and your dreams will not allow anyone to enslave you. The great Nelson Mandela said, I have a dream. Martin Luther King said, I have a dream. They had a dream, and in their dreams they saw themselves liberated. That's why I want to encourage you, and I want to say, you cannot enslave a man that has a dream. You cannot enslave him, because in his mind he has believed that he is a ruler. Now I want to read something that I wrote about my upcoming book that is called Love, Freedom, Live Passionately. This is what I wrote. I want to remind my generation that those who came before us fought for freedom. They fought for the freedom we have today simply because they had dreams. It was not because they wanted freebies. They fought actually for freedom, not for freebies, but they fought for freedom so that they can take authority, so that they can live out the wealth of their dreams. They fought for freedom to have their hands on the plow. They fought for freedom to live out the wealth of their dreams. When you have a dream, no one can enslave you, because your dream makes you a ruler. And that's why these great men and women that got us out of oppression, because they had dreams, because they saw themselves liberated. They had seen and tasted liberation in their minds, and therefore they could not withhold it. They could not withhold the expressions of a wealthy dream. Even in oppression, they could not withhold the expressions, and their expressions was what suppressed the mentality of oppression, and they ended up expressing the reality of their dreams. And today we have liberation because they did not hold back those expressions that they got from their dreams. I want to remind my generation that those who came before us fought for the freedom we have simply because they had dreams. It was not because they wanted freebies. They fought for freedom, not for handouts. Instead, they fought for freedom to have their hands on the plow. They fought for freedom so that they can own the work of their own hands. Because, I want you to listen to this, because to be a slave is to simply allow another man to use your hands simply because you don't know enough to use your own mind to serve the purpose of your own hands. I want to say this again. A slave is a person who allows another man to use his hands simply because he does not know enough in his own mind to serve the purpose of his own hands. So my encouragement is that we need to realize that those who came before us fought for freedom because they had dreams impressed in them. Dreams that wouldn't allow them to be oppressed. Dreams that gave them a desire to express the greatness that was within them. Your dream will not allow you to tolerate oppression. Your dream will not allow you to tolerate poverty, because poverty on its own is an oppression. But with your dream, you can liberate yourself from the oppression of poverty by expressing the wealth of your dreams, simply because you have chosen to renew your mind. Because once you have renewed your mind, you find the purpose of your hands. And that's where comes the wealth of your dream. Now let's go to number 7. Number 7, your dream can preserve the wealth and prosperity of a country. Yes, your dream can preserve the wealth and the prosperity of your own nation. Look at what Joseph did when he interpreted the dream for the king. He said that we will have famine in 7 years after the 7 years of abundance. So he told them that we are going to have 7 years of abundance and 7 years of famine. So with his dream, he was able to say, because of we are going to have 7 years of abundance, let us preserve whatever we have. Let us use whatever we have wisely, because there will be 7 years where we don't have. Whatever we have now, let us collect it abundantly. And not only that, when you are living in abundance, always make sure that you save some. You save some for the future. So that's what your dream can do. Your dream can save your nation from experiencing poverty. The wealth of your dream can put poverty to a standstill. Because it's through our dreams that we know how to preserve the resources and the abundance that we have in a season, that for the next season we don't experience any lack, because we have used and managed our resources wisely. So the wealth of your dream can preserve the wealth, or rather the prosperity of your nation. So this is why you have to dream. This is why your dream has to be real. This is why your dream has to come alive, because your dream will put poverty to a standstill. Now, the last point. Number 8. Your dream will make you a lender and not a borrower. Yes, and your dream can make your nation the lender and not the borrower. So that's why it's important for us to live out the wealth of our dreams, because it's our dreams that will enrich our nations. It's our dreams that will liberate our nation from poverty. Like I said at the beginning of this, I said that people are not poor because they don't have money. People are poor because they haven't yet realized the wealth of their dreams. God did not create anyone to be poor. When you go back to the book of Genesis, he said, be fruitful and multiply. He told us to be fruitful and multiply. So it has never been God's plan for us to be poor. That's why he gave us dreams. Dreams where we see ourselves as rulers. Dreams where we see ourselves as lenders and not borrowers. Dreams where we see ourselves as landlords and not people who are renting. Our dreams give us ownership. Our dreams give us resources. Our dreams make us dominant. And that's why I want to encourage you that you cannot give up on your dreams. You need to be brave enough to not allow your dream to taste the grave. So I want to encourage you to live out the wealth of your dream. My last point is this. You know, when Joseph was in prison, because of his dream, he wasn't able to interpret another man's dream. So by this, I want to say that it is your dream that will make our dreams come true. Remember those who fought for freedom? Their dream has made our dreams come true. So remember that your dream is not just about you. It's about everyone. So your dream will make our dreams come true. So don't give up on your dream. Live out the wealth of your dreams. God bless you.